music. It's kind of cool. Anyway, let's do this. Let's get it started. Aloha. Aloha, everyone. Welcome to the show. Let's get live. I got to send a fast shout out to my homeboy Francis before he digs. Hey, I couldn't find the match, so I know it starts at 9, so the show is going to be mad quick. But is it Fubo only? Are we stuck with Fubo, or is it on Peacock? I couldn't find it. Let me know. Anyway, Manchester United, much, much more important than anything in the world. So, got to check. Anyway, what's good in the hood? We are trying some new things. First of all, I'd like to know, do I sound any different? Peacock. Okay, good. Peacock. NBC, you're getting on my nerves. Peacock is cool, but their interface is horrible. Anyway, so that works. All right. So we're gonna talk about some new stuff that came up with the Ecamm. Of course, I'm really here mostly today to answer your questions and get it popping. Like if you have anything specifically that you would like to know about streaming and whatnot, I am trying out something new today. I'm not really even sure if I did it right because I just set it up. Yeah, you might notice the audio game is a little bit different today because there is a new toy in the studio. Cool. I got the first question, so we'll go ahead and get jumped into that. Nadim, hold on real quick. I will get to you. First thing I like to do, whenever we start these, I like to do a quick speak on sort of mindset, because gear, lights, cameras, tech, new PC, like new soundboard. If you're wondering, I'll get into that. All of this stuff is fine and dandy, but if you're not coming at this with the right, set of process in between your nugget, you're not going to get it. It's going to be a lot of work and you're not going to get it. So primarily today's little mindset tip is about, everyone asks this question, like, how do you make money, right? And I get it. Like we are where we are. And so everyone's trying to figure out how to make money with this stuff. And the truth is you have to go in from the mindset of giving value first. It's not really about what someone's going to be able to give you. It's about what you're going to be able to give other people. And so you have to go out there and just present high levels of value for yourself. And by giving the things that you give, by putting in the work, by doing all your streams, by spending time to hone your craft, by working on your look, your feel, your professionalism, conversating with your folks in the chat, like my buddy Victor over here, who is a genius at sound because he figured it out. It's all of these things are going to get you there, and it does take time. There's no shortcut. Every single stream I watch, when you're watching the pros like Nick Nimmin or Rob Balasamas, Andrew Can, I don't know, I always want to say Khan. Anyway, when you're watching these guys do their shows, like the most common question over and over and over again is like, should I buy followers, or should I do this, or should I do that? And bruh, seriously, there is no shortcuts. There's fantastic tools that can help you there, like One Time for TubeBuddy. Like TubeBuddy will get you there, like in a much faster clip. But really, there's no shortcuts other than putting in the work and just doing the things. And when you do that, it'll come back to you. It'll come back to you when you least expect it. Like, yeah, it's crazy, but that's the answer. So, without any further ado, let's just jump into answering this question real quick. So, now, Jim wants to know, like, what's the best way to make less load on my main PC when I'm using 3 cams in my stream? What do you recommend? First thing you need to know is, first thing I need to know, is I'd like to know, what are you capturing with? Believe it or not, your capture device is the thing that will take the majority of the load off of your machine. Now, you don't have to go out and get swanky with it and buy something like an A10 Mini, but an A10 Mini will definitely do that because some of the encoders are in here, right? So when you're using a device like this, the encoders that are built in here take that encoding process away from your computer, and it happens in here, hence the little fans and stuff on the side, and that will do the work. Okay, so if you have this is taking all the load off of your computer. At this point, some of the other stuff might be calculating where you're using animated graphics that you don't have to. Everyone wants to do spirals and swirls and things like that, because it's cool, like such.
Unbelievable.
But you may not need to do that for everything, right? You might need to figure out where you can pull that back. Um, I I'm using a literally a month and a half old iMac fully loaded, so I feel confident that I can bring in 4 guests and do like 20 overlays and all this other stuff, and it's not going to do anything. Um, a lot of people bring up the eGPU. The actual streaming process itself, the eGPU is probably not going to help you, but in your pre-production and post-production, the EPU is going to be gold. And then one more question for you: what are you using as your streaming software? That's another good one. And also, please let me know if you are Mac or PC. I do realize this is roughly 10 to 20 seconds behind, so it'll be a minute before we can follow up on that. Got to say what's up to Eric Vigit. Eric says most people are afraid if they tell too many professional secrets on the show and they will not get clients, which of course is BS 100%. I'm telling it all. I'm telling it all, every single stitch of it. And I don't feel that I need to hide it because what's going to happen, in my opinion, and it's my opinion alone, I'm going to tell it to you and you're going to get so far because at the end of the day, even with the chocolate chip cookie recipe, your name is not Debbie Fields, right? Um, if Bavarian Motor Works threw all of the parts for my 530 in my yard and said, build it, I couldn't. I can get close. I'm pretty sick with cars, but I couldn't do it the way that they could do it in the factory. So yeah, like even with all of the secrets, it doesn't work. Like I can give you full mechanics and you couldn't throw a Marcus Mariota 80-yard bomb and land it in the numbers of a wide receiver. So yeah, I can tell you it doesn't matter. Uh, Francis said, fun fact, I streamed a friend's wedding last week using Elgato Camlink and the OPS presenting in Zoom and Palisades on the 2012 MacBook. Yeah, it can be done. It can be done. It very much so can be done. Okay, so Nadim is using Ecamm. That's good to know. Now, the next question, Nadim, is what are you? Give me your machine specs, and let's see if we can figure some things out. Because yeah, that should be okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, seriously, Eric, you're 100% correct. The, you know, one of the guys I watch, guy that I just absolutely respect this game because he's so good at it, and that's Nick Nimmin. And just this morning on his stream, he was talking about how many of the guys that do what I do what he does, things like that. They they have courses that you can buy or insider communities that you can join and whatever like that. And Nick was celebrating, today's stream was about celebrating 700,000 subs. Okay, he's 50,000 subs away from 750,000. And he's like, you know what's funny, I don't have any courses. I don't have any like, oh, you pay extra to get the insider secrets or anything like that. He's like, I don't have any of that. And yet he made it to, that 250,000 subs. He'll tell you everything. Because the other thing to know, and this is the sad, sad part of the affairs, and this is probably one that hurts my heart the most, because I see the people and I understand their struggle because I was there, but I can see some of the same people on all of the streams asking the same questions to all of the various professionals. I'll see them on Nick's stream, they'll ask the question. I'll see them on Diana Gladney's stream. and they'll ask the question. I see them on Loria and David streams, and they ask the question, and it's the same question all the way around the board. And it's like at some point they all give you basically the same answer, but you have to put it into practice, right? You cannot play the saxophone, Victor, without putting in a reed. I think it's a reed. It's a reed on the clarinet anyway. I play clarinet. So you know what I mean? You cannot. It's impossible. There's no way to become Kenny G without taking the sax out the box and getting the whack haircut. That's a different story. Okay, so now then, here's your problem. You have a 2013 Mac Pro. The 2013 Mac Pro is fantastic. It is a very, very fast machine. But at the time when it was built, the things that we're doing now, it doesn't match. So although it's fast for non-streaming oriented stuff, I'm assuming some of the codecs and some of the stuff that are in that machine are not going to get it there. I'm not saying it's impossible. If you have enough RAM, this should help out a lot. But it's just at 2013, I'm thinking that the processors don't have the same. I don't know what the proper word I'm trying to use. I know what I'm trying to say. I can't get it to come out. I don't think the processors have the same way of handling the level of media that we're dealing with today. So, for instance, the last two processors from Intel, they very much so have video processing capability built into the chip. So they could be a less horsepower chip and a less, megahertz chip, per se, maybe even less cores, but they'll process video faster. So for instance, a modern i5 will out video process the Xenons that are on your 2013, because at that time, what we were doing with the level of compression wasn't there. Yeah, it's a nature of Moore's law, so to speak, and that has to do with processors and their capabilities and the amount of transistors that you can smash into one and each iterative process, right? So processors are dumb. The new iMac, I'm sorry, I'm reading your comment out of corner of my eye while I'm trying to answer the question. The new iPhone that's coming out in like a week, and the Pro Max, even so, that thing probably has more video processing capability than a 2015 computer. Like, it's pretty incredible. They're doing 10-bit HDR 4K 60 on a phone in real time. Bruh. Like, it's even hard to understand that. And here comes some stock sounds, because I didn't upgrade the sounds yet. But wait, is that too loud? I can't even know. Anyway, I try to work in sticking in my own sounds. But yeah, so basically the new iPhone 12, which we're going to talk about today, the new iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro Max, like literally what they're doing on that chip in that phone is going to be more powerful than half the computers running Ecamm right now. That's just pure and freaking sanity. 4K 60 HDR Dolby Atmos on the fly in real time with LiDAR adjustment for a dynamic range. So yeah, it's about to get done. What's up, Charles? Good to see you here, brother. And Nadem. So I am currently using, and I have a whole video you can go back and watch, and I delineate my specs point blank, and I can say so far, not a single hiccup. The FAMs don't even come on. Ecamm can't touch this. I should have had my MC Hammer dance right there. Like, everything I throw at this bad boy, it just does it, right? So what I have currently is the, here, I can do this. This is what this is for. You go about this mock. I have the 3.6, I can't even see. I'm blind. I have the 3.6 10 core i9. I bought it with only 8 gigs on purpose because you can add RAM really, really easily through OWC, aka MacSales.com. I did go for the uh, AMD Radeon 5700 XT with 16 gigs. I thought I thought the graphics card update was important for the simple reason that the same thing I said a couple minutes ago, your pre-game and your post-game, okay, you're editing, you're making your flyers, making your thumbnails, all of that stuff. That's where the work is. The actual streaming, like Francis said, you can stream on a 2012 MacBook Pro if you keep it, in range of what it is it can do, right? And so yeah, this is the 5K 27-inch. Basically, I went base model, then I added the processor bump, the graphics card bump. The other thing I did add was I added 10 gig Ethernet. That's because I have a 10 gig network already set up already, and that just helps with my video editing process here. So let me go down and say some what's ups. Gotta say what's up to Tommy. Tommy's in the building. Hey, Mary Fane, good to see you here. This is the people that you gotta follow when you want to learn how to get the marketing side done and the social media side. Like knowing how to do that stuff, that changes the game right there. Eric brings up a fantastic point. If you use an old computer for live stream, reduce the extra features like animated overlaid and flashy effects. It works perfectly perfectly well on an 2011 MacBook Pro. Works with Ecamm and when live streaming outside. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Hey, Dean, good to see you here. Um, yes, it's it's time. Oh, 7:17 in the UK. Be back for the replay later. Actually, Tommy, I'm with you because Manchester plays in 45 minutes, so you know where I'm at. So, Mary Faye says, great advice. And let me go back to what Victor said because I thought it was important to know. Victor said, by the way, the OWC Aria Pro fast drive, holy smokes, this thing is fast. You get in 1250, 1350. Nice. Okay, so a couple of streams back, I talk about my Sabrent. I don't know what I did with the box. I got it. Sorry, the studio is a mess because I was busy trying to set up the Rodecaster Pro. I was talking about the Sabrent Rocket Q. This guy is pretty fast. I get incredible speeds out of here, like into the 1800s. But Victor's saying that the OWC one, which I probably would have bought if it was ready at the time, which is weird because it says pre-order on the site, but they actually shipped one out to Victor. So that's the OWC. Fix the site, okay? Gary, get on it because I was going to order that one and it said pre-order, so I ended up picking the Sabrent instead. But yeah, this is very helpful for anybody with a Mac that has the Thunderbolt 3 process. Get yourself a fast external Thunderbolt 3. And so to them, this might even help you as well. When I'm doing this and Ecamm wants to record, I don't record to the native drive. I record to a fast external drive. So again, that takes some load off the computer because the computer's not trying to write that at the same time as doing all this other stuff. So, there's that. So let's see. And I got Eric. Mary said, good advice. Nadim says, thanks, bro. For the detail and for your give every time, no problem. And if you have questions, you can always hit me up in the DM and I can help you go through it. Oh, you got it. Yay. Excited. Okay, yes, this is a game changer. And it's funny? On Prime Day, the Anchor version went on sale for $199. The CalDigit is always $199, I believe. But I thought it was really cool that the Anchor version went on sale. I just, something about the design of the CalDigit one to me, I thought was way cooler. So that's why I sort of recommend that one above all. But yeah, it's actually a very, very incredible device. What did I do with that? I just fixed this before the show, and then I forgot what I named it. This is funny. Nope, I didn't name it that. There it is. That's what I named it. But Jane, okay, did I move my window? I always do this. I spend time setting it up, and then in the process of trying to see something, I'll move the window out the way and forget that you can't move the window. So this is the CalDigit T3 Plus Thunderbolt dock. This guy right here is a game changer. Um, so again, and this is very good. Like the question that Nadim had is actually smart because this is something that everyone deals with. Like, how do I take some of the load off my machine while I'm trying to do what it is that I'm trying to do? And this is one of those things. Uh, Hold on. I got to change the preference in Ecamm to stop the blinking. Hey, not that thing over here. I click this. Um, when you go to select Ecamm, you can't click on the comments for it to activate the window. You have to click on any other box. Clicking on the comments doesn't activate the window. That's just good to know. Anyway, so whenever you're sharing screen too, on not everyone's computer, on some computers, you have to tell it to show everything when sharing the entire screen, and that stops Ecamm from blinking. It's a not Big Sur. What is this thing called? It's a Catalina thing. Anyway, so what's really good about this device and the OWC one, which also recommend, and the Anchor version, is what these guys do is they're bringing in more power. Okay, I have a whole video about this. I posted on the YouTube channel, and it talks about how when you're trying to add more devices, right? Having more power will give you the availability to, like on this particular iMac right now, I'm running 4 cam links, which is crazy. I know because the ATEM sitting here unplugged. That's a whole different conversation. ATEM won't allow me to record in 4K. It irritates me. Um, so get yourself one of these. Like all of the notebook people complaining about fan noises, get yourself one of these. All of the people trying to run multicam on any machine, really, get yourself a dock. The dock is more important. Not me, that. Stephanie's going to kill me because I always miss my point. Get yourself a dock. Uh, Thunderbolt dock is better than the USB-C dock, but either one will help you. It takes some of that power management and that traffic control. Think of it as traffic controls. This is controlling the lanes, and it did blink still. Okay, Ken. Yeah. So make sure you get yourself something like this if you want to add a bunch of devices that pull power to your USB bus while you're streaming, because it will drive your USB bus crazy and cause it to overheat. Elaine, good to see you here in listening mode. I just had a crazy image of you in some sort of Hawaiian pattern MC Hammer. That was called about, what was that, 88? Yeah, that was 88. Okay, Tommy, don't get me started on our football talk in the middle of this. You know we're gonna get in trouble. And yes, I want to send Harry Maguire back to Sheffield. Okay, so Charles said, wondering what the assumed November keynote will be titled, assuming they'll announce Big Sur Golden Master release days and Apple Silicon iMacs or notebooks. Notebooks first, because iMacs are brand spanking new. But yeah, what was that again? What, the CalDigit? Yes, the Thunderbolt. Oh, the external drive for recording. Okay, I got you. I got you. Thank you. So this particular one is the rock. Man, make the thing straight. There you go. This particular one is a Sabrent Rocket Q. It's pretty dope. It's on my kit page. If you go to my kit page, you can see. I don't know why I don't have the frame ready, but I don't. Anyway, um, it's basically doc.live/kit. I do have this drive on there. And the other one that Victor brought up, which is pretty sick, OWC. It's not OWC, it's Max Sales. I always do that every time, and I've been buying stuff from them for going on 20 years. Max Sales. Victor, let me know if the noise gate is making my mic dumb, because it sounds funny in my head. I just haven't gotten used to it yet. But what do I know? Okay, here we go. Hey, I have one of these. This is an OWC travel dock. I do actually have one of these. I use it all the time when I travel. So Victor is talking about the Envoy. Where did it go? OWC. I know. Oh, here we go. This is the Envoy Express. And again, what's really cool about these guys is the speed. This is where your drive is make or break. And a lot of people confuse USB-C drives with Thunderbolt drives. They are not the same. I had a full conversation with Mary about this. I'm not going to make her suffer through my my rant on it again. However, yes, whenever you're doing this, it's very important to know that USB and Thunderbolt look the same. They are not the same. Okay, they're completely different, especially when it comes to this type of data performance. So as you're editing or say recording eCam, at the same time, just much, much better on a Thunderbolt oriented drive. And yes, the Thunderbolt drive will cost you a little bit more, but it's worth every penny. So that's just good to know. Today we are streaming using eCam. I just thought I'd remind you guys that just in case you didn't know, but most of you guys know. Oh, this is a good question. Do you have a tip or tool for voice changer distortion, of course, for live streaming? Yeah. If you ask David Foster from Live Streaming Pro, he says to use the Roland. Man, center. Okay, never mind. That's close enough. He says to use the Roland, but the Roland doesn't work with the Mac well, from what I understand. I could be wrong. They may have made changes to that. So right now, the answer would probably be Audio Hijack and a VST plugin that you can activate from some sort of momentary switch with like the Stream Deck or whatever. The other thing, depending on your mixer, I guess what I could do is run it through a voice processor like a guitar switch and bring it into another port here on the Rodecaster. But I don't know. Rodecaster has been on the desk for less than 24 hours. So I don't know. But yes, a VST plugin through Audio Hijack will definitely do exactly what you're talking about. And that will give you sort of what you're trying to do. Yes, I like it. Okay. Mary's still on about her lovely cow digits. I am currently using 2 monitors plus the one that's on my camera. I want to add another, but I bought, it was a birthday present, but I went and picked it up because it was safer. I got this 32-inch LG right here. This thing is a beast. Like, I absolutely love it, except it's weird. It has a problem, so I'm going to send it back to Costco. The thing I like about it is at 32 inches, it only does 1920 by 1080. So what means is when I come here and I give you guys live demo mode, it's massive. Like, you're not looking at a weird, small size trying to figure out what I'm doing. So like, for instance, if you watch Glenn, I was just about to call him Ken. If you watch Glenn do the beta stream the other day in the eCam group, he is coming off of his 2016 MacBook Pro. The 2016 MacBook Pro is 2500 by 1440. So when he shows you live demo mode, everything is tiny because, well, you're starting from the tiny screen. The advantage of this massive 32-inch 1920 by 1080 beast over here is that when I show you this, you get big, immersive interface. You can see when I press cool things like tell Tim what's up. And every time I tell Tim what's up, I have to do this. Hey, Tim. So this is the reason why I like it. What I don't like about it is when I'm not using it for streaming per se, 32 inches at 1920 by 1080 is a little bit ridiculous. It's unclear. It's not sharp, all of this nature. So I think what I want to do is replace this guy with like a 34 to 40 inch, like long monitor with a slight curve, because on the LGs, for instance, when you drag to one half of the monitor, it would just automatically make it 2 documents, right? So that's built into their setup. And I think I could still pull this same process off, but I could just do it, wider. And then when I'm editing or doing, again, pre-production, post-production, more important than the actual stream itself, I can get more done with my final cut and all that. And you know, Mary, Mike tells us we have to chop everything up into 26 different pieces of content. So that's where the work comes in. And this does not help me with that. It's just irritating because it's big and fuzzy. So there's the answer to that. Tim, stop hijacking my show. I love you, brother. Oh, yes. Keisha, we about to get into the new. Oh, the new stuff is so much fun. I love it. I love it. Oh, by the way, I really enjoyed your shorts yesterday on YouTube when you were showing off your walk along the beach. It's funny, bro. I have that right across the street from my house as well, and I haven't been out there in months because ours are closed. We're not allowed to walk on them. But yeah, we have a nice little beachfront path where you can just walk, and it ain't 20 kilometers though, or 10. What I think you said 10 yesterday. But yeah, that was really really nice, man. I appreciate seeing that. You know, it's like getting to know your friends better kind of thing. So yeah, thanks for posting that. That was great. Yes, Mary. Tim is, I think, a doppelganger. That's the answer. Okay. It's not called the ATM. It's called the ATM. Not like ATM. Okay, I get it. You got jokes. One time from a man Tim right here. Woo! I'm gonna have to set that up as a hot key on my on my stream deck, Tim. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for you, just for you. Okay, let me do this for Keisha right here. This is a challenge, bro. This is 100% a challenge. And I messed this up over and over and over again. And I think we might be able to fix this coming up soon. But for right now, here's the answer. Before I dive into that all the way, Keisha, you are using two monitors or are you using one monitor? So let me know real quick. Nadim, this is very important. Stick with me here. Um, that third party app has a huge possibility of getting your Instagram account banned. Yellow Duck and Lola TV are not a good look. Now I know that in I'm gonna call it West Asia because that's the better way to speak it. So you're India, Pakistan, Indonesia, Thailand, you know, Southeast Asia, West Asia. They're streaming to like TikTok and Instagram and stuff is extremely popular right now. And I also know that like YouTube has already put out the shorts feature. So a lot of people are trying to do that. As a matter of fact, I was helping out a teacher from Thailand the other day, and she was having, you know, the same thing. Like, I want to go to my TikTok and my Instagram and my Facebook. And so Instagram is just really bougie about we only want you to be on our platform from a mobile device. So using Lola TV or Yellow Duck on Instagram will get your account permanently banned, and it's just not worth it. Um, the other thing is like Instagram and Facebook, when you're streaming those, they do go together, so you don't need to go two separate. You can do one and it shall show up on the other side. But sorry about that. It's a dangerous opportunity, so I just wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. It can just cause trouble. Now, if I wanted to go Instagram live while I'm doing this, what I would do is teach my Instagram people that this is a behind the scenes shot. Okay, so matter of fact, I'm gonna just do it real quick, and they're gonna be like, "What in the hang is Doc doing?" So I got my phone in my hand. I'll go to IG right here, and then I will come over here and just hit the button, and then I'm gonna just hit live on this real quick, and then turn the camera to facing myself. Now, normally I would set this up on a tripod and just, you know, let it go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit live real quick, and then in theory it's working, I think. Um, so what's going to happen is, yeah, I would just tell people, okay, I am doing this today. I'm talking to my people here on YouTube and Facebook. I do have some people that might come in here on Instagram. If you come in on Instagram, you're going to want to go to uh, youtube.com/DocRock, jump on the live feed, ask your questions. Today, I'm answering an Instagram question for my buddy Nadim, who's asking about, you know, doing some stuff with Ecamm and the overlays and that to Instagram. And so I would have my Instagram feed up, but it will be treated as a behind the scenes. I will also use that opportunity to tell the people on Instagram, jump over to the Facebook feed or jump over to the YouTube feed where I can get more in detail, where I can offer you more assistance. But because of the legalities of the way this works, I would just let that be a behind the scenes shot. And you talk to them every once in a while. You let them know what's going on every once in a while. But other than that, don't make it a thing. That's how I would handle it. It's the safest way. And the delay is going to be there no matter what. The second half of your question, the delay is going to be there no matter what. Right now, I'm gonna do a test real quick. Let me bust up a timer because I'm always curious to know because it does happen. But that's not an Ecamm thing. That's your platform situation. So I'm going to do a clap and press the start at the same time. All right. And then we'll see how long it takes for it to show up on my restream monitor. And from there, I'm also watching the. Okay, so that there's a 10 seconds delay on what restream is seeing. And so by the time Facebook gets that, it's roughly 20 seconds. That's just part of the deal. It sucks. Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate you. And absolutely, Tim. Big ups to Ecamm. The Roland Tommy, that is when David does his thing on live streaming pros and he says a bad word and he hits the noise thing instead of saying the bad word, or he does that's a feature of the Roland. You can vocoder on the fly. Mary, when you're ready to get your new iMac, let me know. Ask Tim. I told him what to buy. He bought what I didn't tell him what to buy, but it still worked out. So I can help you with that. Oh yes, she says she has that 32 with the split screen. Love it. Like I need one more monitor going. Yeah, honestly, having the extra monitor really, really, really helps. And it's funny. I did a bunch of tutorials, like with the keynote setup and like how to get your camera's position, what your overlay, so that you can do, cool swanky stuff like this. When I was teaching that, why is that in the way? Okay, yeah, there you go. When I was doing that, it was weird because I did the tutorial and I forgot a lot of people are trying to do this with a single screen, and I haven't used a single screen since I don't know 2008. I can't do it. It's like horrible. Casey says got a 42 inch Dell, amazing quality, but might want to go 49. Yeah, I've been thinking about that 49, but holy goodness, it is bucks. The Sabrent Rocket 2, yes, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one I got. Okay, if you go on my kit page, I already have it loaded, so you can make sure you get the right one. You can buy it in parts and build it, but I just didn't do that. I think that's what Victor did. Victor bought just the empty case from OWC and added his own dude. And then, hey Blinken, what's up, brother? Hey June, I got the Roadcaster. So when you come to pick up mom today, come stop by my office and play. Hola, Aaron. Good to see you. I am using a Sony A6400, and right now the image I am using the picture profile 10, which is a Hyperlog Gamma 3 flat profile, and then I'm using a camera correction LUT to adjust it, and I have the LUT at about 30%, and then I just moved it, messing with you. So there you go. That's how you do it. Let's see. Yeah, that 42-inch curve is amazing. Yes, Lola does work fine, Eric, but it's technically against terms of service. So it's not that it doesn't work. It works well, actually. But Facebook, I mean not Facebook, same thing. Facebook/Instagram has said point blank they're illegal, and a lot of the DJs have been getting their accounts banned. And a takedown is one thing. Banned is a different story. I'll take a takedown because there's no problem. You just come back the next day. But getting an account banned, I have about just under 5,000 people. I don't want to have to work to get them back again. Oh, streaming an auction. Oh. So the best way to do an auction, then would probably be drop it down to 720. That will help get the gap shorter. The higher you throw at it, the more the gap becomes. And part of that is Facebook's only streaming 720. So if you're sitting at a 1080 stream, it has to recalculate it and then put it back. So that broadens the gap. But yeah, auctions through live stream is not impossible, but that delay does mess with it. I can completely see that. And it's kind of hard to get around because that's not anything you can control. That's the platform controlling that. You know, this came up in the Ecamm regular group this week. Somebody was talking about, oh, they were doing a stream and they just got a message that said, oh, the stream failed because of an error. And then, they thought Ecamm did something. Ecamm doesn't know how to do that. Like, literally, that's the platform. I will always put that on the platform, because they also don't give good information when they do give hiccups. YouTube has been known to just stop. Facebook has been known to just stop. And when it comes in, Ecamm says, I can't talk to the server. So it says there's an error, but it doesn't know how to say that YouTube stopped because YouTube didn't say, hey, Ecamm, I'm going to stop because of this. So Ecamm can't deliver that. So it just says there's an error. And, if you remember blue screens or kernel panics, they never say what the error is. It's just an error. So you just kind of got to be like that. You saw pro movie Graham. I will look into that. I hadn't heard of that. I had to look at that. That is really cool. Yes, this is very, very true. Um, Funny story about the Magic Steph is the day that I was looking at, I downloaded the trial for Ecamm, and I was like, you know what, OBS is getting on my last good nerve, and I wanted to punch OBS in the face. So I was looking around, and I saw Ecamm came up, and I was like, well, I kind of know these guys because I used eyeglasses back in the day, when I was on Justin TV and Ustream TV, and I knew about Skype Call Recorder because I used to use it for one of my podcasts, and I was like, well, they kind of sort of know what they're doing. Little did I know. So I downloaded Ecamm, and then I started playing with it. I was like, yo, this is super cool. Okay, I need to go find some more resources. So first thing I found was the group, and then when I was in the group, I was like looking around the web, just trying to find, other resources, and the Leap into live stream thing popped up. And I was like, all right, we're all stuck at home. I got a couple days. I can watch this stuff. And I did it. And I had to wake myself up at like 3, 4 in the morning here in Hawaii to watch it. And I remember the first keynote, and the very first keynote was Stephanie with her little circus theme. And I watched her stream, and I was like, bruh, I have been streaming for around about 10 years. Actually, at that point, it was 11 years. And my streams don't look nothing like that. What the heck am I doing wrong? Okay. And then she's like, yeah, I'm using Ecamm and then this and then that. And I was like, all right. So I just started taking notes. And so I watched everybody's stream. And then I watched this other cool video by this chick, Mary Fane Brandt. And then so I watched Vanessa and Evie, and I was like, yo, these guys are the home run hitters. These are gonna be my new friends. And Mike, me and Mike get along right away because we're both inside hair game and we're both diehard Star Wars fans. So I was like, okay, I love that guy. And the rest is history, fam. Like I started Ecamm in April, but I've been streaming long enough that I can figure this stuff out real quick. And going back to what we talked about in the, I guess, mindset part of the stream, I was just like, with my experience in video and audio equipment from our family's store, from the things that my dad taught me, from the things that my brother taught me, I was like, I think I can help a lot of people out because I understand the video and audio side better, right? And anybody on Let's Get Live Squad, our order of operation. Remember Padmos? We have Let's Get Live order of operation. Get your audio solid, mic game, light game, camera game. Worry about camera last. We're gonna get the mic rocking first because audio is key. Then we're going to get that light rocking, and then we're going to get, your camera rocking. And once we got that, now you're hitting home runs. So, yeah, literally that's how it started. And Stephanie and I became really good friends really fast because she's super awesome. And, she's typical local girl to me. Like in Hawaii, there's a million Stephanies. So like I completely understand her hustle and her swag. So we get along, and that's my buddy. So yeah, that's where I met you, Mary and Tim. I got both of you guys from that little thing. Yes, Mary, you're a genius. I know how to build stuff, and I didn't do it. And oh, you're getting an X32. Whoa. Okay, that's audio nerd stuff. Nice. Well, it's good. I'm just not going to try that yellow duck stuff. But hey, if you guys are getting away with it, good. Once they told me that they would ban my account, I got scared. 20. Okay. Mary says she'd like to know about buying a new iMac. I actually bought 2 refurbished in the past. I have a 2018 MacBook Pro, which I love, but nice. Honestly, now that these have been out, this came out in August. It's November. You might be able to find a 2020 CTO that's custom built. You might be able to find a 2020 in the refurbished store. I always look in the refurbished store. They're good. If I had an opportunity though to pick a 2020 versus one of the older ones, I would definitely grab a 2020 because again, the new Intel chip, it screams. And the T2 is now built in, and that's technical speak for the security chip that they added, but the security chips helps with video compression and decompression in the new machine. So I do. I'm glad you bring this up. We talk about this all the time. I am leasing. Why? The iMac that was here last Saturday is on the table right there. I'm about to send it back. Here's why I lease. Sorry, you guys know that it's Hawaii weather. It catches me right about now. It's raining outside, which is beautiful. It makes Hawaii gorgeous, but it completely jacks my sinuses. So, the reason why I lease, because yeah, running a small business, you can do that. This is a fully loaded iMac. Like it is, again, the highest processor, the highest graphics card. I only did put a little RAM in it because I knew I could add that myself. And I only went with a 512 drive because I knew I could do that myself. But I upgraded the Ethernet. So I have a 10 GBE Ethernet. I have the 5700 XT. And then I have the highest processor, which is the 10 core. And I think it came out to like $3,600 with the Apple Care. And I normally set my leases for 2 years. This go round, because of God knows what's going to happen, I made it 3 years, but my monthly payment on this is $90 a month. I covered that in client billing. So yeah, I just leased it. The reason why I say lease it, what happens with Macs, and this is a curse of Macs, and I know this from my time working in the Genius Bar, you fall in love with it. Like, Kylo is here. It's amazing. Absolutely my favorite kit I own right now is Kylo because Kylo runs. Kylo's granddad, which was Vader, he just went home. But in my arsenal, the last one I bought, Sidious, which is my old 2013 iMac, and there's a theme. You guys get it. Because Sidious is the oldest. Get it? I bought that guy, and he's kind of sort of useless at this point, but I don't get rid of him because I spent like $3,000 on it, even though that was in 2013. Like this 2020, 7 years ago, spent $3,000 on it, and I'm still trying to baby it along. My 2012 MacBook, same thing. I spent $3,500 on it in 2012. 8 years later, I'm still trying to get my $3,500 out of it. No. In business, if you're a regular user, ignore this conversation. Doesn't pertain to you. Kind of does, but it doesn't. But as a business user, where you're billing your customers for what you do, your machine is part of you, right? So when you bill someone, say $150 an hour, $15 of that goes to the machine. 10% of everything you bill goes to the machine. 10% of everything you bill goes to the machine. Never deviate from that. If you boss with it, make it 20. but never deviate from that, because number one, you don't have to hold onto your tech so much. You will swap it every 2 to 3 years. It's never slow. It's never behind. It's never a problem, right? You have to keep it moving. Listening to people struggle with their old machines and telling me I had a very important stream today. I had a high profile client and my stream didn't work right. What are you streaming on? I'm a 2012 MacBook. It wasn't that important. It was not that important. Period. So lease it. You never have to sweat that. Thank you. Okay. Yes, Mary, I watched your video. Yes. Oh, I planted it. And actually, I'm going to DM you this week, Mary, so don't be freaked out, because Stephanie and I are cooking up something that you might be quite interested in. Thank you, Victor. Very important. Victor, you'll understand what I just said when we deal with musicians that are like in love with their stick, but their stick is acting funny, and they show up to a gig and like it's not working, right? Because the pickups are wrong or something. And it's like, bruh, like this is your money maker. One, you don't have a backup. Trust me, when Eddie Van Halen would be drunk and throw one into the audience, he just grabbed another one and kept going. And it wasn't because he was rich. Those guitars cost the same, but you don't go to do a performance with one guitar. It's just dumb. Like, I know he's retired, but just stick with me. Jeff Gordon turns the corner, smacks a wall, walks into the middle of the thing, gets another 24, gets back in it, and gets back on the track, right? How we got that pain in my butt, Tom Brady, is because the Raiders thought, oh, we're going to mess the Patriots up and kill Drew Bledsoe. So we killed Drew Bledsoe, and then the third string guy came out, Brian Greasy, second string, we killed him. It was like, oh, we got this. And then they brought this other dude out. They're on the last one, the chicken in the corner. His name was Thomas Brady. And we screwed up. We should have just kept Drew Bledsoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody who's doing a business of this nature doesn't have a way to, to keep it going. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Flu, good to see you here. Like, man, you're always just doing incredible work. And that's why it's good to see that. I saw the roundtable stream you had a little bit ago where you were talking with the ladies. I think the topic was DV, if I remember correctly. What's the best configuration for interview mode when using an external mixer and a shotgun mic? We can hear the guests, but not vice versa when we run tests. What you're speaking of is known as mix minus, and mix minus is a challenge. I haven't, again, the Rodecaster's been on the desk for less than 24 hours. I literally set this up about 12 hours ago, so I haven't even done a guest feed yet to even see if I got my mix minus set up right. I haven't had a guest come on yet to check that out. But really what you're talking about is mix minus. So what you want to do is take your external mixer, and if you're speaking of the guest that you bring in through the Ecamm guest feature, on the support site there is a article about mix minus. Alex McDonald is the guy you want to check, Flu. He has I don't know why I said it backwards. He has a bunch of great videos about the mix minus setup, and that's literally what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it so that the guests can hear not only what you're saying to them, but they can also hear what you're putting out in the stream without then in turn hearing themselves back to themselves. That's what mix minus means, and it's kind of complicated, but not really. And each mixer does it differently. So that's why a blanket advice really doesn't work, because every mixer does it differently. And Skype has it built in, so everybody got used to it. Yes, Mary, that 2020 with the Intel, the highest one is the best. I do the exact same thing, but not my husband. Let's see. Yeah, after the stream is over, hit me up and then I can let you know. I am smack dead in Honolulu. I am literally about a mile and a half away from Waikiki, right down by Ala Moana. I live here and I almost forgot what I was going to say. Yes. Oh, November 17th, or was it 11th? It's either November 17th or no, it can't be 11th. 11th is Veterans Day. So November 17th is the announcement day for the machines. I believe that the first Silicon Macs are going to be notebooks, though. I don't think they'll jump on iMacs yet, just because it's this new iMac just came out in August. It just I don't know, but Apple does weird stuff, so it's very very possible. And he says, yeah, he said Mo Lewis was the real MVP for the. I hate the Patriots. Don't talk about that stuff, Charles. I can see your red and blue shirt is already giving me giving me a complex. I've been trying to do mixed minus on USD and my head hurts. We'll probably use loop back. Yes, that's another good point. To Mr. Henry, check out Loopback too. That's another good way to get your mix minus set up properly. It and again, Alex just did a great video on Loopback. So yeah, I will. Next time I see you in the group, I will tag you with Alex McDonald. He's pretty good at this routing stuff. The routing, it's audio from day one, from way back in the days. Routing audio is a yeah. You know the old videos where you see the operator in the switchboard putting the wires, like we literally used to patch audio like that. That's why they call patch it in. So in my dad's old studio, we're dealing with 3 or 4 digibetas and D2s, and then the big switcher in the middle. On the side, there's a patch bay, and it had like 48 little holes, and then you had patch cords, which look like guitar cords, but they're not. They're a different type of cord. And literally everything just to move audio from one to the other, just to get the scenes right. He literally used to have to pull these out, put these in, pull these out, put these in, or he would get it confused. And he asked my brother, he'd be like, Jun, come over here and fix this. And then Jun would be like, shake his head, pop, 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 like a switchboard operator, and it worked. And I didn't get any of that. Like I fully didn't understand it because it was crazy. So when the computer came out and they were able to do it, it's way better. And I don't know if you remember this, but there was a program for musicians called Reasons, and they physically show you the wires because that's how everybody learned it back in the day, plugging in the little patch bays. So yeah, routing audio is crazy. Mary says she's been to Kauai, Maui, and Kona. All of the above, Kauai is the bomb. It's so pretty, absolutely pretty. Um, the the Mac Pro is kind of sick right now, but unfortunately, what happened with the new iMacs are faster than the crazy expensive Mac Pro. Like a $9,000 Mac Pro is actually slower than this iMac right here, because Moore's law. It just happens. It just absolutely happens. So I can't wait to see what pops off with Silicon Macs and what we can do with that. Okay, we can do. Mary, I got you. Anything for you, because you're awesome and I appreciate you. So, guys, before we go, I'm keeping it short today because Manchester United. Hey, you know how I do. Before we go, I do want to show you guys the new, right? Ecamm, again, this is what I use. I'm telling everybody, if you're not on it, you want to be on Ecamm. DocRock.live/Ecamm. Download your trial, get yourself started. The interview feature, just hot, absolutely hot. But the boys are so good with their updates and giving the people what they want. Like, they are absolutely, absolutely incredible. So I'm going to show you what they added, which is so cool. We're going to start out with a blank screen. So what you do, if you have Ecamm, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go demo mode for this. So that is Command-Shift-D. Boom, we're in demo mode. Let me show you how this works. I'm going to hit Command-Shift-B. I got a blank screen. Okay? Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add a new camera overlay. So here's my camera. Now, normally you would assume this is the same as when you just go like that and you have a camera, but no, this is a camera overlay. Sorry for the hiccup. Let me go back and, hey, oh, I did that wrong. Go back to Command-Shift-B. And so now I got my camera overlay here. You know what? I'm going to add another camera overlay and then add another camera overlay. And I'm gonna Brady Bunch my own self because you can now, because it's cool like that. I mean, like the boys have gone straight mental with this. Okay, so now double click on one of these, and I can say I want the iPhone version. Okay, so you got your iPhone version. Boom. You can click to embiggen. Then double click on that. You can go the new update. You can add a circle. So you can add the circle, can put that there, can move the circle over here. If you double click again, you can go and do a standard square for you like Instagram types out there. So you can get really, really crazy with the new update and like how you want to be. Old school classic 4x3. And then I got to add one more because this last one is my all-time favorite. As they say in The Fifth Element, the all-new Ice Cube system, custom. I'm going to let that marinate for a second. Custom. It didn't do anything, Doc, because I didn't do this yet. Oh, shut up. You're absolutely killing me. You're absolutely killing me.
Unbelievable.
Right? All right, Mary. I will text you the info. Then you can just hit me up, and we'll get your computer sorted out. I appreciate you for being here. And yes, you need to get back to Ecamm because Ecamm is sick. Yes. Okay, so Keisha, correct. They do know this. We talked about this the other day, so that might come up. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to do it or how I set my Chrome situation up so you'll understand. But yeah, that's the ideas of what you can do. So if you guys are not in the beta group and you didn't see me geeking out on the beta stream the other day, that is Command 5. Command 5. Okay, I just need to remember my screen. Check this out. Boom. Be like, hey, I'm coming to you today live on TV. It's funny, right? It's super cool. So you can do some pretty amazing stuff like being able to do this. So if I hit Command 5, it goes back to where we were. I'm going to show Keisha real quick how to set up the overlay using the blank screen. So let me 86 these bad boys. Okay, so when you go to share screen, there's two separate guys. This is the one, Keisha, that I have set up that goes where I want it to go. In most cases, it's going to be upper right-hand side if you're using an overlay that looks like that, right? Or this. Sorry, I pressed the wrong one. Using an overlay that looks like this is most likely going to be upper right-hand side. And it's just the scroll wheel. On this particular site, the scroll wheel's there. But on that one, it's not. So what you have to do is I do two things. My overlay here is just on, right? But you can change the opacity of the overlay. I forgot how to do it. Why did I forget? Brain fart. Uh-oh. I forgot how to do it. I will go find that for you and I'll message you. There's a way to change the opacity of the overlay while you do it. I can't believe I forgot that. This is bothering me. Now I gotta look it up real quick. And you can set your overlay so it's kind of like halfway transparent, so you can line things up how you need to line them up. On a single monitor, this is going to be very hard because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to tab to the app, then tab to Ecamm, move the window, tab, back and forth until you get it lined up. Once you get it lined up, you'll kind of know where it goes. So what I do is at one point, I made a, what's the word I'm looking for? I made a desktop photo, right? So instead of having, a picture of my dog or whatever, I made a desktop photo, but as a screenshot of where this browser needs to be. And so what you do is right before you start your show, when you're building your scenes, change your desktop to that so you can just place the window where it goes. Now, there's an app called Divi, Divvy, that remembers window locations. Nope, that's not the one. I hate that, we have to let things be all myriad source of same name. So you can have an artist named Divi and a program named Divi and some money laundering scheme named Divi, and they all do the same thing. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't solve that. So basically what this does,
Divi is an app for both Mac and Windows that will transform the way you organize your workspace. Simply select a window, then use the unique Divi grid to quickly and easily put this window into place. You'll be able to maximize your screen space and increase productivity in seconds. Access Divi with this handy icon or using a keyboard shortcut. Also, make use of unlimited user-defined shortcuts to further speed up your window wrangling. Divi is designed to be a quick, elegant solution for effortless window management. See what Divi can do for you. Download a free trial today or learn more at Massage.com.
Boom, there you go. So I think Divi will hey Joe, I think Divi will do what you want it to do. It will basically allow you to snap windows back into place where they come from whenever you're ready. You don't have to, go chase it. The other thing is once you have it set up and you put it on a high key, if it's out of the way, say you accidentally had it on the full browser, like the one I have in the back here, you would be able to hit the shortcut key and it'll jump back to this sort of squeezed in browser. And the squeezed in browser, as you can see, is where I use to land my process. So yeah, it can be a little bit, crazy. I think that's going to help you. Like I seriously think that's the way to do it. But bro, you always down with me. So try it. If that don't work, we'll try something else. So download the trial today. It was Massage.com. The other Divis that I saw were kind of crazy. Here, let me do this. Make a new link, paste that, and then do Divvy. And then, why did you type that? That wasn't what I typed. Okay, bam. Got that. Let's copy to the clippy board. And then come over here, press that, go like that, and take all of this mess off. And winner, chicken dinner. Okay, try that on for size. See if that helps you. Bring that to the top. Take it into the top, Tibby. Yes. So yeah, just try that and see if that helps. I think it's a good way to once you know your placement, because there's a problem for Keynote. There's a problem for having Windows play in or bringing up another source. It just is what it is. I do know that they know that, and so they did say that they'll have to look at how they can make it so that you can capture a window as a window and then sort of bring it around and move it any way you want. So yeah, that might be the answer. So that does it. Today had to be a quick one because I have to go watch Manchester United. No, actually I have other stuff to do, but I really, really appreciate it. Like, big up doing what you do. I appreciate all you guys coming through. I also absolutely love the fact that Alicio finally showed up. What's up, Alicio? Good to see you. So we're going to be back on Tuesday. Yeah, I wanted to get in today, like what the new iPhone was going to do to help out streaming types. I've been doing some playing around with adding some motion to the stream by doing, where'd it go? It's funny, when I set up my Rodecaster, I put stuff all over the place, and I haven't fixed it yet. So most of today is going to be moving the office to be how I want it. So I'm thinking of a way to take this guy. This is an Osmo Mobile 3, and I really wanted to get an Osmo Mobile 4, but in our mastermind group, Alicio Lanuel and Markeith, Marshall, and we all said we're not going to buy any more equipment until we make 25 pieces of content. I think I passed that, but yeah, I'm trying to get out of the equipment chase game, so I'm going to make this one work. What I want to do is put this on a tripod. It came with a little rinky-dink tripod, so we'll see how it works. Put this on a tripod, put the phone in there, tell the phone to watch me, right? Because, you know, if you know about these, it can follow you. So I'm going to slap this guy in the corner with NDI and have a camera that I can switch to that, you know, if I look at it and address it or sort of move my body, it will actually track because this does track, right? So I'm going to try to do that really set up and see if that works. Hey, Markeith, first of all, number one, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Check it out. I got new tricks now. And then my mastermind boys is here, so I love you, brothers. You guys are the best. Seriously, like, you guys keep me focused, keep me working. Markeith came in on one of the very first streams and was like, focus on see, now I forgot what the heck it was. Focus on a continuous until success. Yes, focus on a constant until success. That's what he said. And so I've been doing that. And ever since I've been doing that, life is good.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so what I want to know about this Mo's and Me because I've seen that thing before. And yeah, I'll have to hit you up and check about that because that might be pretty rad for the same thing. And yeah, E, I think that would be sick, right? If you can take the phone because you know how Keith has the slider and Nick Nimmin has a slider, and I think that's something on the, you know, okay, sorry, Markeith. Okay, follow one course until success. It's the same thing, but yours is better. Being able to just add a little extra motion, because yeah, talking head videos can get boring. I'm not boring. I'm weird. I always say dumb stuff, and you know I'm hyper animated. But even with that, like eventually that will get old. So something about just that little bit of motion, you know, from here to here to here, I think just adds a little thing. Oh, I didn't know Foxy had a slider too. So yes, slider's a good look. And I looked at him on Prime Day. Nothing screamed at me right now. So anybody who didn't buy what you wanted on Prime Day, let me give you a quick hit. This is my secret squirrel tip. I'm going to lean in for this one because this is secret squirrel. This is pure magic right here. I had to give you the fake seductive look. Everybody was mad, hyper competitive on Prime Day. People impulse buy like absolute maniacs on days like Prime Day and Cyber Monday and Black Friday and all the other stuff. So if you don't already have it in your browser, right, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to jump over to Amazon Warehouse, right? So you click up in here. You can scroll all the way down to the bottom and click right here. This might be hard to see on the little screen. But click down here. Third column, second from the bottom. Amazon Warehouse. Okay? Within about a week or a week or two, right before Black Friday, 1st of November, all of the people that impulse bought all of that Prime Day kit will be returning it. And it'll be cheaper. And you can get it. So that's why I didn't go psycho on Prime Day, because things that you were looking for that you didn't necessarily get, that you kind of sort of wanted, check over here. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm buying me a new A7R3, I'm going to check over here because it's $2,114.16 as opposed to brand new at $2,500. You know what I mean? Did you hear what I say, people? Let it sink in. This is magic. Go Amazon Warehouse. It's going to be standard warranty. You can still return it if something didn't come out right. In most cases, there's no problem with it. In most cases, some dude bought this and the wife was, "You bought what? Alicio, return it right now." And he returned it. and then you get it for $400 cheaper. $400. Okay, so that's my secret sauce. All of the stuff you missed, like I really, really wanted to jump on those GVM RGBs, but you know what? I'm gonna swing the gamble because they're $560 brand new. The GVM 800D RGBs is going to be a game changer for the studio. It's like, oh, you can make it pretty back there, right? Sean Cano and the cats over at Think Media did a dope video on them, on how you can use them to beautify your stream. A lot of the creators that covered them, the GVM 800Ds, bruh, pure sexy, like absolutely sexy. I got to come out of warehouse for that, I believe, because I don't think they're in there yet. They're not new, but they're popular. So something like this, I got to go to that. On something like this, you might have to press around and look. But two things I know about Prime Day that you might not know about, okay? Right here, look, they're still on Prime Day price. See, they lied because they had these guys on Prime Day. This was the price for the 3-piece kit, right? No, I take it back. It got down, Honey would tell me, but it got down to like $280, right? Which is a good deal. But because of all of these folks went out and rushed and bought them, a bunch will be returned. So you're going to look in here or look down at the bottom, and then you'll see, somebody that's selling them. But one thing to know, if they were on Prime Day at that price, they were either overstocked, which doesn't happen on the Zon too often, or they're about to come out with a new one. I'm letting them soak. Whenever I stop, that's me telling you, let that thought marinate, because that one was important. Or I could do like Stephanie does. It means they're coming out with a new one. So you lower your voice and you talk slow, it makes people think, yeah. So knowing that, this is where you go to, you set up your Honey alert, you set up your camel alert, or you build a Google alert, and you says, when the GVM 3 kit drops around, say, $275, don't get it twisted, don't say $250, that's too much. Say, when that kit drops to $275, text every device that I have and let me know. Then you go and snag it. That's how you ball on a budget using Amazon and Honey. You'll see the little H right here in my joint. You know what I'm saying? So if I drop list it, the next time it's going to be that cheap, it's going to let me know, right? Then I can look at this and see what the price changes were, and it's going to show me that, that was Prime Day right there. It was $236 on Prime Day. Okay, I was wrong. So yeah, you can set your little thing up. But anyway, pay attention to Amazon Warehouse, and chances are anything you missed on Prime Day will be popping up on Amazon Warehouse at some point in the near future, and you can get it for a good deal. All right, turn this other one off. If you want to know where I got my cool swanky songs, like I'm fitting to play right now, because I'm outro real quick. Let me go ahead and hit that tab, play. All right, if you want to know where I got these kind of cool sounds and stuff, I got them from Epidemic Sound. That's where that comes from. All right, so that's how you do it. Also, if you want to remember, we're about to be here again Tuesday, same bad time, same bad channel. It's going to be 8 a.m. Hawaii time. So, that equals out to 11 in the California time, and 2 in New York time, and 7 p.m. in UK time. So make sure you come through and check that out. We're going to get into what the new iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 Pro Max is going to do for the streaming capabilities. And so that's why I got to get this Osmo test sort of figured out. Also, remember, you can always come through at any given time and ask your questions. We can do that. If you want to support the stream, all you got to do is jump over to the Patreon. It's docrock.live/Patreon. That's learn how to spell Doc, Patreon. Do that. Bam. There you go. Again, this was Ecamm setup. And then also, we're going to get soon into talking about some of the things you can use TubeBuddy for to pop your channel. So Marquis, this is going to be straight up for you. I might even just have you on as a guest and walk you through building your channel to get you straight, right? You got to get your channel banner. You got to get your descriptions, your hashtags, all of that. So yeah, we're gonna get your channel built up, and I might just have you on as a guest as a way of helping you build your channel. But those of you guys who know what it is, thank you guys for being here, and yeah, I'll see you soon, like next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. I'm Doc Rock. Peace. Aloha. I'm outie. That wasn't supposed to do that. Where did I move my end screen to? Okay, let's delete that. Where did he move the end screen to? It goes up there. Dun, dun, dun.